So people are spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on NFTs, non-fungible tokens, and it seems like this is absolute insanity. So in this video, what we're going to do is we're going to look at this NFT craze, non-fungible tokens. We're going to look at whether it is in a bubble, whether it's a complete mania, or whether there's a lot of potential in it going forward. What's up guys, Dirk here from intelligentcryptocurrency.com. If you're new to the channel, click the subscribe button, click the notification bell so you do get future updates of all my videos that I upload. And if you want me to send you an email every time I upload a video, get on my email list. It's the first link in the description below. Sign up for my free crypto masterclass that also gets you on my email list, and that way you can get an email every single time I upload a video. So before we get into today's content, I want to tell you about a video that I think is really worth checking out. I'll link to it in the description below. It's basically a video by Market Square by Arc.io, and it's called The Blockchains of Ready Player One. It's all about NFTs, Chainlink Engine, and Arc. And basically, in this video, it explains how blockchain can power the VR game in the movie. It shows how blockchain powers real games, NFTs, virtual reality experience, and oracles. And basically, it's really cool. So let me play a really short clip from that video, and then for the rest, I recommend you go and check that out. It's really, really interesting. Link in the description below.
They're starting to figure out how to apply property rights to their virtual lives, and blockchain technology is the tool to get this job done. Blockchains get this job done using non-fungible tokens, or NFTs. To get more technical, check out our video on what is an NFT, but simply put, NFTs let gamers truly own in-game assets in a digital environment. This is something that only blockchain can bring to the gaming space.
Alright, so let's start off by looking at some of these things, because no doubt by now you've heard of NFTs, because we are literally seeing billionaires talk about this. Mark Cuban is talking about it. Gary Vaynerchuk, massive influencer, talking about it. It's high profile, okay? This is not just limited to people in the crypto space. This is now pretty much global and really mainstream. So what we're seeing here is things like this, okay? Rare Homer Simpson Pepe NFT sells for $320,000. Okay, that is absolutely insane. This is an NFT, a non-fungible token that you can own. But like you can see over here, you are seeing a screenshot of this. So you can see the card, but you have the rights to ownership when you have the NFT. So we'll look at a few of these, and then, you know, is this ridiculous or not? $321,000 someone paid for a digital token. That's an image of this. All right. If we look at, for example, this is absolutely insane. Beeple, okay? He's an artist. He sold an NFT, non-fungible token, for $69 million. Okay, this has gone like all around the world, and obviously this is not just one piece of art. He's literally been doing this for, I think, 5,000 days. He created a piece of digital art every single day. He sold the whole collection, but still, nevertheless, that is a huge amount of money, and that brings NFTs on the radar of, you know, pretty much everyone. It's not a couple thousand. This is $69 million. And then we're seeing other stuff like this, okay? People are selling tweets. Like, you can own people's tweets as an NFT. Jack Dorsey, the founder of Twitter, sold his first tweet for $2.915 million, right? Now, that's insane. And what the heck are you going to do with the ownership of a tweet, right? Like, okay, so you have you can take a screenshot of it, right? So this is pretty nuts. And then we're even seeing it on a smaller scale. So for example, we're seeing all these NFT platforms that are being launched right now. And you can see over here, this was on crypto.com, 3 NFTs, so digital graphics that you can own as a unique token, 200 editions of each, selling for $2,000 a pop. You can see, sold out. This is literally in a few hours. This one almost sold out. There's only 8 left out of 200. So people are buying these. They're spending thousands of dollars on a picture that can be owned as an NFT. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, hey, it's art and all that kind of stuff. So we'll look at some things there. And there are a lot more use cases for NFTs that I think have potential. But I do want to say that I think that what is going on here is pretty ridiculous with the art. I think there's a bubble around it. There's a hype around it. And while there's a crazy cryptocurrency bull market, everyone's making money, everyone's jumping in on the hype. Sure, that's exciting. But at the end of the day, you have to understand, what is it that you're buying? Can you just buy NFTs because they're a picture and maybe they're limited, but how is that going to have value in the future? That's something you need to think about, right? So these people are spending $200 on this. I don't know what this is, boss logic. I don't know if there's a big community behind this or anything like this, but basically you spend $2,000 on this. In a few years from now, is someone still going to pay $2,000 for this or more? If we go back to that rare Homer Simpson, is someone going to spend more than $300,000 on this in the future? Maybe. I don't know. But there will be cases in which this is legitimate, in which perhaps artists or well-known people have an NFT that they sell that might hold its value. But in a lot of cases, I think people are capitalizing on this hype. They're selling things as NFTs, and the people are buying it are basically going to spend a huge amount of money on something that's probably going to end up worthless. Now, I want to compare this to what was happening in 2017 with ICOs, initial coin offerings. So basically what was happening, that was the hype at the time. The bull market was pumping. ICOs were a way for people to raise money for their projects without having to raise money. They could literally just put up a website, get people to contribute Bitcoin, Ethereum, or even US dollars, with the promise of getting a token of some future project that wasn't worth anything, that had no guarantee that it would be worth anything. And, everyone was just raising these ICOs. And because it was a raging bull market, it was a new concept. In the beginning, these ICOs were paying out enormous returns. So people getting in these pre-sales with the ICOs, and, within weeks, when the token launched, they would 20x, 50x, 100x their money, sometimes even more. So this continued on going, and because these early returns were there, it got bigger and bigger and bigger. But towards the end of the bubble, the ICOs that people bought into ended up becoming worthless. And throughout the bear market, the majority of these ICOs that raised funds actually ended up completely going bust, losing all their money, maybe being exposed as a complete fraud, and so on and so forth. So overall, the ICO game ended up badly. And what I'm seeing now with the NFTs, I think that's very, very similar in the sense that people are just creating NFTs and launching NFTs to capitalize on the hype. They're making hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars from this, but somewhere down the line, especially once the bull run is over and we go into the bear market, I think a lot of these NFTs that are like this digital art is basically just going to end up being worthless. So you want to be very careful if you participate in this to understand what it is that you're buying, who is backing it. I think that's one of the most important things, right? If it is a credible, well-known large company, or it is something that is going to be around potentially for the future, then maybe it's a different story. So an example of that would be something that is launched, and I think this is a very interesting use case of NFTs that I think is going to get much, much bigger. Compared to the digital art, I don't really know how to value art or anything like that, especially as an NFT, so I'm completely staying away from that. I would recommend to be careful. But something like collectibles as NFTs, I see a huge amount of potential in that, because take, for example, the Pokemon craze, right? Pokemon cards, they were selling for tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars for a single card. The problem is the cards are physical, which means they can get lost, they can get damaged, they can get stolen. They have to be graded to see the quality, are there any scratches on it and stuff like that, right? So there is a limited amount of these Pokemon cards, but imagine something like Pokemon cards would be digital, okay? They're still backed by the same company, so it is legitimate. Then there would be real scarcity, and you could own it as a digital token. So you could buy, trade, hold, and sell it just like you could with the real cards, but you don't have any of the issues with it getting lost or stolen or scratched or damaged, and you don't need to go and get it appraised somewhere to see the physical card. It can be digital and it's global. Now imagine that for pretty much every collectible that's in the world, right? So this is something officially by the NBA that launched something called NBA Topshot. And what it is, it's digital clips of moments in the NBA history that you can own as an NFT. And these moments, they get their value because they are limited. The NBA is only releasing a certain amount. So with something like that, you can say, yes, you can screenshot it, but the screenshot has no value because it is issued by the official NBA, owning their official one-of-a-kind or one-of-X limited editions as an NFT. That is what gives it the value, in my opinion anyway. So something like this, I can see becoming much more popular, and perhaps because the NBA has been around for so long and likely is going to continue for a long, long time, owning rare limited editions or moments from this NBA could in future end up having value, much more potentially so than a screenshot of a digital picture issued by some random person online that you don't know, right? This is basically the idea here, is that the NBA is behind it. And I think the NBA is here. They're leading. They're setting the pace. But we can see this happen with pretty much all sports. Okay, they're already talking about UFC, so the Ultimate Fighting Championship. They're going to be launching something on a platform here on Flow, and that might be, for example, knockout moments or the moments from the UFC that then you can own. And imagine this happens with the NFL, with tennis, with whatever, and this could be really, really popular. And that's just one application. Like I said, every single collectible could potentially go in here. What if Pokemon comes and issues their cards as a digital NFT version? Or, whatever. There's so many applications for this. And the cool thing about this with the NFTs is that it really bridges the gap between non-crypto people and crypto people, because you can participate in this without really understanding or knowing or being into crypto at all. So people that love the NBA, they might hear about this and they want to go and buy these moments. And as a bridge, that starts getting them to learn about cryptocurrency because it is an NFT, right? So this NFT principle and this concept, because it's getting so big now, I think has the potential to bring tens of millions, if not hundreds of millions of people into crypto. Baby steps, but introduce them into what is crypto. And then they start to find out, what is an NFT, how does it work, and then you need a digital wallet to store it, and then maybe you get into stable coins and Bitcoin. So as a result of this, they're taking something that people already do. They love the sport. They might be willing to buy collectibles. Maybe they're buying the jerseys and all sorts of merch already. So that gets them into this, which gets them into crypto, which helps crypto really go mainstream, in my opinion. So for NFTs, I think this is going to be very, very interesting. You can see, like I said already, soon this is coming. So UFC digital collectibles, it's not yet ready, but you can go and register for this. And I think, NBA set the way. So I think a lot more sports are going to be launching this, because why would they not? It just gives the fans an additional way to participate and get involved. And obviously it's probably, they're probably going to be making a bunch of money off this too, in terms of fees or royalties or whatever the case is. So you can see over here, Mark Cuban is even talking about this. He is explaining NFTs. He's a billionaire. He made his money in the .com boom with his tech company. Obviously made billions of dollars. So he's the one talking about this too. But also lots of other people, like I said, Gary Vaynerchuk is also talking about this. And it's all over mainstream media. I showed you just now that Beeple artwork that's all over mainstream media that sold for 69 million. You can see over here, they're even talking about it on CNN.com. So non-fungible tokens, or NFTs, are pieces of digital content linked to the blockchain, the digital database underpinning cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin and Ethereum. Unlike NFTs, those assets are fungible, meaning they can be replaced or exchanged with one another. So basically, don't want to get into this too much. What is an NFT? I've already explained that in previous videos. Like for example over here, I published this here on my channel, September 13th, 2020. Is NFT the next big trend? And 3 NFT focused projects. So I will link to that up here and in the description below if you want to go and see that. There's basically, I talk about 3 big projects that I've pumped a lot since I uploaded this video, and I also explain more what NFTs are. Now, another thing that I like here is that for NFTs, so we've talked about art, we've talked about collectibles on NFTs, but there are so many other different use cases. So basically an NFT is a single token that is unique, that you can own and transfer, and that can contain data, a video file, an image, information, whatever, right? So something that works on blockchain that can work as an NFT is, for example, imagine all sorts of certificates, diplomas, marriage certificates, driver's licenses. Everything can be issued as an NFT, and that can be kept on a digital wallet. It's very easy, right? So I think the world is just going to go in that direction. Imagine everything basically is going to work as an NFT. Maybe even your passport, your driver's license, your ID documents, tokenization of real estate. So maybe the title deed of your house or your yacht or your car or whatever can be an NFT that you can keep as a digital token. And obviously that's going to take a long time before the whole world gets on that standard. But I think over time that is where it's heading, because it's just much more efficient and it's also easy. So I do think NFTs are here to stay. They have so many different use cases, and I think it could very well be the thing that's going to bring mass adoption to crypto, because you don't necessarily need to be into crypto to be able to use the application of NFTs. And then when you start using the NFTs, you automatically get introduced to crypto, which, and then it's kind of a snowball effect. So I think there is a part of the NFT mania that is definitely some sort of insane bubble at this point in time, which is basically the digital art on NFTs. And I think a lot of people are trying to capitalize on this because there's so much hype around this. So I would say with any type of actually buying NFTs at digital art, especially for thousands of dollars or more, be very careful and know what you're doing. But in terms of collectibles, like we see with the NBA Topshots, UFC Moments, sports, all sorts of things coming as collectibles to NFTs, and with NFTs potentially just becoming the thing that's going to replace everything, the driver's license, passports, real estate, all that kind of stuff. So there is definitely an ongoing massive future for NFTs in my opinion, and that means they're here to stay. So just be careful with the digital art stuff. I would stay clear of that. Now, the question why you're probably here also is why you're wondering, how can you take advantage of the NFTs? Now, obviously, I don't know the future. I don't know what is going to continue growing, but usually what happens is that the underlying platforms of something on which a popular item is traded tend to appreciate in value too, as a result of the transactions that happen on the platform. So basically what I'm saying is the projects that facilitate NFTs, that have marketplaces, that are where all this art is being sold, that is where the collectibles are being launched on, they are likely to appreciate if their NFT business or product or service becomes successful, right? So on CoinGecko, you actually have a separate NFT category which lists all the cryptocurrency projects over here that are NFT focused, which means that you could potentially invest in the coins, the cryptocurrencies of those projects, and if they become successful, then you get to benefit from the price appreciation, right? So, like I said, I published this specific video on September the 13th. One of the coins was Engine. So at the time when I made this video, Engine was trading at 16 cents. You can see over here, it's now $2.43. It went over to, I think, 280 or 290 already. So huge return, more than a 20x from that point in time. So you should definitely subscribe to my channel because I share a lot of this information with you guys early for free here on the channel. If you haven't done that, click the subscribe button, click the notification bell so you do get my future videos, and get on my email list too. It's the first link in the description below so I can send you these updates. But basically, there are many different projects here right now, and more. So obviously, as a specific narrative gains more popularity, more and more projects in the space launch, or different projects pivot to be able to accept that. So we've seen this with DeFi. As DeFi got more and more popular, we saw more and more DeFi projects launching and other projects just pivoting to DeFi, right? Because everyone wants to capitalize on that. So Engine, been around for a long time, but there's many, right? Decentraland, Flow. So Flow is where NBA Topshots is running on top of them, and UFC is going to be running on top of Flow. So they're interesting. They're already at $1 billion market cap, almost $1 billion. And then we have all these other ones. Wax, very interesting project. It was one of the ones I covered over here. Also, you can see over here, Engine, Sol, and Wax. Those were my 3 picks here from this video previously. Wax also, they've been around for a long time. Previously, they were actually even doing virtual item sales before crypto was even a thing, with a company called OP Skins, and then they moved over to Wax. So I think they're very well positioned to be able to do that. I think they were way lower when I covered them here in this video. You can see over here, yeah, they were trading at 4 cents, right? So they're at 25 cents right now. Again, that is a nice 5x since I made this video. So make sure you subscribe to my channel because I do share this stuff early. And, it's completely free here to subscribe to YouTube. So basically, my thoughts are, how do you profit from the NFT craze and the potential huge boom that I think is going to happen over the coming years? And I think it's going to be underlying projects. Now, it gets harder and harder as there are more projects. How do you know which ones are going to be the ones that are going to survive, right? So you want to be careful and actually do your research to make sure that the projects you're investing in, they have a longer term track record, they have a competent team, they have a longer term plan, and they actually have some sort of advantage or vision that you know they're not just going to be here trying to capitalize on this NFT run now in the bull run, and then maybe in 6 months from now, once the party is over, you know, they're just going to stop developing or whatever the case is. So be careful with that. Obviously, dive into the projects, do your own research, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. And if you want, I do cover a lot of this stuff also inside my monthly newsletters that I write inside my Intelligent Cryptocurrency program. So basically, if you want to become a member, sign up for my free masterclass. It's the first link in the description, the same one that gets you on my email list to get YouTube video updates. But on there, I'll give you an hour-long free presentation to take advantage of this bull run, my thoughts in there. Also, I will give you my 3 top coins that I'm personally betting on for this bull run. And then I will give you the details how you can become a member of my community, get access to my monthly newsletters, my research, my courses, and to join our private Discord chat group. We've got over 500 investors from all around the world inside there. It's a private members only chat group. We share information in there every single day, and you can get all sorts of cool insights into new projects, coin discussions, and support if you want your questions answered, if you don't know what you're doing, if you need help navigating this crypto bull run. That is the place you want to be. So first link in the description, sign up for my masterclass, you will get all the details. And like I said, be careful with any sort of digital art that's being sold as an NFT. Unless you know what you're doing, be very, very careful, because it could end up going down the same way as the ICO craze of 2017, meaning that after the bull run is over, a lot of it could end up being completely worthless. So you don't want to end up buying stuff that's just throwing your money away. So be careful with that. Subscribe to the channel, sign up for my masterclass, first link in the description, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.